Hey guys, Will with XForce Tech USA. Today we're going to do a basic upgrade of the Gen 8 M4. This includes the Gen 8 M4s that I sell on my site, as well as the Anstoy M4A1, which is exactly what this is. So we can start off with, you want to make sure that you have something to hold your parts. Magnetic tray. Number 2, Allen wrench. A 0 screwdriver. Want your little super glue? Basic super glue will work. It's a Gen 8 T-piece. M95 spring. And for this upgrade, we're gonna use a 350 millimeter barrel. With this barrel, you get upwards of about that 300 feet per second. With the 270 millimeter barrel, you get about 260, 270 FPS. All right, let's get started. Move that mag. Butt stock. Twist that off. Be careful not to pull too hard. Get that plug stuck in there. Move the barrel. A little tight. So you see it comes with that polycarb clear barrel. All right, well, go ahead and start with our screws. We do have one on the top here. I do have a drill. Actually, bear with me. It's a little bit bigger of a screwdriver. All right, let me get that. Okay. A little more. So there is a little piece inside of there that allows it to thread in, so be careful when you open it up not to lose that. All right, get our number 2 Allen wrench. Now this clamshells, it doesn't have an upper and lower receiver like some. All right, so this is where you get some longer ones. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe and get more videos posted out on more upgrades and different blasters. Got a bunch of stuff coming in too, a couple months. Pretty excited about that. All right. Go for the mag release. Be careful with this piece because it's spring loaded. That. Just keep that little screw in there with it. Grab your spring. There's a mag release right there. Okay. Get this little screw with the mag well. It's a long, thin screw. You go back to put it together. If you need to rewind the video, see exactly where the screws go. Speed up a little bit. This is a machine screw right here. It has a washer not a washer. I may speed up through this process if I can figure out how. All right, so now that we have all the screws out, I want to pop this back a little bit. See how it's going to clamshell up, pull right up. So there's your gearbox. Make sure some of these screws didn't come out. Let's pop them out. All right, so be careful on the back end. There are some little nuts. Be careful not to lose those. Here's that little piece that I was telling you about that keeps that sprint, that little screw for the Picatinny rail right there. There also is a weight right there. You can take it out, you can leave it in, whatever you decide to do. All right, so here we go. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna get this barrel set. All right, here's a little T-piece. All right, so yeah, the bigger end right there, that's where your nozzle goes to feed them gels. You see that, okay? So this end right here is where you put your barrel. You just slide it in there. Now it's gonna be loose, okay? So what I like to do is I take a little super glue. Now don't go all the way to the edge. Just kind of start, you know, a couple millimeters, maybe a quarter of an inch away from the edge. Good little drops, just kind of spread it a little bit. It's a little more than what I need, but hey, it's all right. It's also gonna help with the seal as well. All right. Just pop it in all the way. Hold it there for a few seconds. Push it all the way and make sure you're good. And we're gonna set that to the side. Kind of dry and cure. Also, y'all make sure before y'all upgrade, get y'all a drink of choice. All right, so take the old barrel and the old T-piece out. So you got a couple little screws. Make it very easy to do this. So we ain't got to take the gearbox apart at all. Let's move this little piece out. All right, so we're gonna unscrew this top piece right here. Right there. Get this other one. That one come out. Let's go. Well, of course, I'm having some issues just for the sake of the video. There we go. Here's some issues you may run into. So it actually looks like this was kind of stripped a little bit. A little pressure on it. Now you may not have to deal with this. You maybe just be good. Pull that out. All right, there we go. Get that out the way. Okay, so this, to take it out, it's very easy, okay? You just pull it out. No problem. Good, okay? This is the old one, and you can see you can't really reuse these unless you actually sit there and you pop it in boiling water for a few seconds, pull out, and just that polycarb melts and you're able to pull. But other than that, you can save this for, you know, something else. All right, so while that is still curing, we're gonna get out the spring. I got to tell you guys about a flathead. Get your little flathead. All right. So hold a little pressure. Get kind of close. Just push in a little bit. Now you really don't want to work for me right now? There we go. Just twist. Now you don't want to pop out. Sometimes you gotta play with it to kind of pop it out. Sometimes it'll pop on you. There we go. All right. So there's a little mini spring you got right there. All right, so basically all we're doing is popping a new spring in. So if you look at it, it's an irregular spring. So it has tight and coil right there. And you see they're a little more loose up here and a little more tighter right here. You gotta really kind of look at it. You want the tighter springs at the back, right there at your spring rest. Go ahead, pop that back in. There we go. So you kind of put in there, you kind of turn it with your finger a little bit. Grab your flathead. Like I said, you gotta kind of play with it a little bit. There we go. Nice. All right, so there we go. We're good just like that. All right, so it looks like we're good. So to put this back in, now if you need to, you can undo this screw right here, loosen a little bit, loosen this a little more, okay? But pretty much all you do is get your finger in here and just pop it open just a little bit. See, it's getting there first. There we go, popped right in. Go ahead, add your little screw back in there. There you go, kind of hold in place. It wasn't stripped, it just kind of had a hard time coming out. All right. Get your wires back set. Now sometimes you can, what I like to do sometimes is put like a little dab of hot glue, making sure not to get it into the bearing area. Let's see, we good, we good. It's set, staying. All right, make sure we put this little piece back in there. Okay. Now, to get this back on, you have to pop this just a little bit. There we go. Snapped. There we go. Make sure wires didn't move. Check, make sure you ain't got nothing pinching. Actually, yep, that wire moved just a little bit. The way it fell out. Actually, we'll give this one to my son, so I'm gonna keep that little weight out. All right, yeah, there we go, okay. All right, let's put our little Allen screws back in there. We'll start with this one. Now don't over tighten too much. Just kind of hand tighten it. Don't over torque it or anything like that. Because you want to strip them. Because over time, these gearboxes sometimes, you know, some things fail and you got to get in there and fix it or repair it or switch it out. You want to make sure that you still have enough plastic for your screws to bite down into to hold it together. Now, when you first put your screw in there, put it in, you kind of go to the left a little bit till it kind of grips, and you're able to turn it. That way you don't strip out. All right, so you have the longer in the front. There we go. Put this other one in the back. Double check, make sure. Yeah, we good. All right, this long, skinny one goes right there in the front of the mag well. It's the worst part. Just pulling these screws in and out. Small ones go in the grip. Go. All right. So, of these two longer ones, the short one goes right here at the back of the grip. Like forever, don't want to tighten. Come on now. There we go. To the last one. Well, it's a very easy upgrade for a huge boost in performance. I mean, I'm looking right now, it's only been almost 18 minutes. Now, yeah, I've done this quite a few times, you know, but this is a very easy upgrade to boost you up to that almost 300 feet per second mark. And you can throw 11.1 volt in here. Now, I wouldn't go past an M95 spring. So the way these Gen 8 gearboxes are, I mean, they are tough. It'll take an M95 with 11.1. And over time, the more you use them, if you hold your trigger down and just mag dump everything, then yeah, you're gonna have issues with your gear stripping. But if you have that trigger discipline and you just not spraying and praying, it should last you a good little while. I have mine, I wanna say, I've got well over 100,000 rounds. Now I play every weekend. I have an indoor arena out here in Louisiana, and I'm always playing, so, and that's my number one. And I'm well over 100,000 rounds through it, no problem. She's still singing. All right, so when you do that, make sure you're good. Got nothing snagging. Grab a mag, put a mag up in there. Oh yeah, no problem set. Oh, all right. So now we're gonna go back with this Picatinny rail. You got a little notch. Put that notch back in there. Take your screw, put in there, tighten it down. Now you can torque this one down a little bit. It has a little metal piece in there that's threaded to help with this. All right, let's see. Let's make sure we got everything. Got all the screws in. Sure do. Nope, actually, one right here. You would think it's a big old screw, but it's a little small screw that goes right there in the front of the trigger. All right, so that's that. Go put the buffer tube back on. There we go. Now, the barrel is significantly longer, but I mean, you got a little receiver on there. You can put you a suppressor or some type of thing on there. All right, what I did not do, I wasn't prepared with a battery. Let me get a battery real quick. All right, we got our 11.1 tactical battery on our site. Put that back in there. See what we got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the chronograph and get some little shooting on there. All right, guys, here we go with the Gen 8 M4 Anstoy M4A1 stock, the 7.4 volt battery. All over the place. It all depends on gels too. So you guys got those numbers. But it's usually around 230, 240. All right, guys, and so here's the upgraded Anstoy M4A1 Gen 8 with the M95 spring, the 350 millimeter barrel. Look at that number. Look at that number. So you're getting up there now. All right, if I give y'all a little extra with a tracer unit, y'all make sure to like, subscribe, hit that little bell for notifications. I'll upload more content and more upgrades coming soon.